In today's episode we are going to discuss about top 5 BMWs that you should avoid in 2026, or at least keep in mind the big downsides of these cars. Some of the cars that I'm going to present you in the next minutes are very fast, very comfortable, but not the best buys in 2026. And I'm going to explain you why in this episode. So without further ado, let's start. The first car that I want to start with is not only one car, there are many cars with the N63 engine. And I'm talking here, for example, the BMW 5 Series from 2017, 2018, something like this, with the V8 M550e with 460 horsepower. This car is a car that when it appeared, I fell in love with from the first time. The sound is incredible, it's very comfortable, it's very fast, but it's definitely not the most reliable car. You can experience problems with oil consumption, overheating, valve problems, and many more. And the problem is that the repairs are not always the cheapest. You can find one from around 25,000 euros, and it can be cheaper than the 540D, for example, or the 530D. Not necessarily because the 540D or 30D is faster, but because it's a more reliable car. The 530D, for example, you know what you get. You get a diesel engine with 260 something horsepower, very reliable, low consumption, the same comfort like in the M550e, or maybe even more comfortable because the M550e it's an M performance model. So I don't really know if it's worth it. In today's world, V8s are less and less frequent in everyday life, so I think it could be a decent buy only if you can get one really cheap and really well maintained, which is very rare to be cheap and well maintained. And even though it's well maintained, the mileage might be very high, and these engines don't like high mileage. So again, very cool car. You definitely get a cool factor with this car, but I can't recommend it in 2026. Now for the second car, let's talk about the model that BMW absolutely destroyed in my opinion, and I'm talking about the BMW 1 Series M140i. M140i, it's a very good buy, but now you can only get the M135i, which is a 2-liter. The engine is mounted like a completely normal car. I get it, the sales might be higher for a front-wheel drive car, 2-liter, than the B58 with real wheel drive. Unfortunately, the people who buy the 1 Series, I don't think that they are very passionate about their cars, and that's why I think BMW decided to put only a 2-liter engine. Also, the looks are not the best at all in my opinion. It looks almost like a fish. The previous 1 Series with the B58, you could also get it X-Drive, but also real wheel drive. So it was a very decent, complete car, and also you can have a lot of fun with that car. In my opinion, the last 1 Series was like a mini 3 Series, but in today's world, the 1 Series is like a weird car, which is more like a Golf. And for me, that's very sad, but we can't do anything about it. So if you want to buy a B58 on the smallest car that BMW produces, and you want also to be new, you need to get the 3 Series, and it's more expensive. I don't think that the new 1 Series M135i it's a good buy in 2026 because of the engine and because it's quite expensive. Now let's talk about the third car, and I know I might get a lot of hate for this car, but it's the BMW X6, especially the older models. Why? You may say, and I will agree with you, that the car is very cheap, but if you want to get one in a decent condition, it starts to be a bit expensive. If you buy one with 300,000 kilometers, will fall through the seats, the car will break every single day. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but it's of course not the most reliable car that you can get. And even though it was comfortable back in the day, I think because there are a lot of years that have passed over this car, it started to make a lot of weird noises when you are driving it. You are going to have problems with a lot of different things, and I don't really know if it's worth it or not. Now, also in today's world, the new BMW X6, I think it's a great car, but I think the BMW X5 it's a better car than the X6. Why it's a better car? Because of these reasons. First, you can get the 45e version on the BMW X5, when on the BMW X6 it does not exist a plug-in version. The second thing is that BMW X5 is more practical due to the form of the car, and the third thing, the BMW X5 is also cheaper. So these are 3 plus points, in my opinion, in order to get the X5 compared to the BMW X6. But I know there are people who love the looks of the BMW X6 and they should get one if that's what they enjoy. But you will miss some of the benefits of the BMW X5 that I already mentioned to you. Now the fourth car is again a BMW 1 Series. The older generations, the one with the M140i, the one with the B58, but I'm not talking about this engine, I'm talking about the 116e or the 118e. Why? Because of the N13 engine. 1.6 liter, low torque, not reliable, not very powerful in my opinion, and I think that engine is decent only on a Mini Cooper but not in a BMW. I think if you wanna get the smallest engine in a car, you should not get a BMW. Buy a Golf, buy something different, because other brands are better in making smaller engines, but BMW I don't think is the brand for it. The problem with this car is that it's cheap, but because it's not reliable, you are going to add a lot of money extra in the car in order to make it work fine. And from a car which costs only about a couple of thousands of euros, you will end up adding a lot more money in the car in order to work properly. So in my opinion, if you get a BMW with this engine, you are going to make a false economy. You are not going to save that much money, and you are also going to end up with a car that is not very enjoyable to drive. And now let's talk about the last car in my list, and that's the most controversial one for sure, especially for the people passionate about cars, and that's the BMW M5 E60 and the M6 E63 with the V10 engine. First, I want to tell you that I love these cars, but I don't think they are a good buy in 2026. All the things that I told you about the previous cars, that it's expensive to maintain, that it's expensive to drive, and all the things are also present here, but make it double or triple. I think a lot of these cars were driven extremely hard. They are very known for engine problems which are not extremely cheap, with the clutch problem and everything. So it's a very enjoyable car to drive, but you need to have enough money in order to afford it. If you are willing to lose a lot of money with the car, buy this car, enjoy it, but I don't think you will make a good investment in this car. So that was the video for today. Almost every car that I listed in this video, it's a decent car if you are willing to compromise the things that we discussed in today's episode. The 5 Series is a great car, the X6 looks good, the M5 E60, it's fast, it sounds very great, but again you need to take in consideration some aspects before buying any of these cars, especially the more expensive models and especially the cars with the bigger engines. BMW was always known for the 3 liters engine, and that's why I think the V8 ones are a bit sketchy. I don't think you should 100% avoid these cars, but I think you should take in consideration the cost and the maintenance of these cars. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.